casting and got third place, not in the grand finals.
That must be it.
Well, what was that? Can you say into the mic, please?
Oh,
Okay.
that must be it. I am bad.
It's all right, buddy. It's all right. Hey, you got sweet headphones
I did.
from TT.
Honestly, all this price support, it's like so great. And I love all the companies that are sponsoring us.
Yeah.
Like, I would buy their stuff even if it wasn't being given to us for free.
Well, there we go. That's good to know. We are actually going to have troll bands. Fizz, Alistar, Jarvan. I hope to God.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. So there's a particular player called Jay Shapiro,
Uh-huh.
who plays for the UVa LCS, and I'm not sure whether or not that was specific, but maybe we're just not too big fans of him. I like the guy. He's cool. Jay, if you're watching this, we love you, homie. Anyway, so the bands are different, but the real bands are the same.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see Elise and Lucian here.
Okay, makes sense. Quick anecdote about troll bands. I'm not sure if you were there for the game or if it was casted.
Yeah.
But we had a game where it was the semis actually.
Yeah.
Where we had a similar situation where someone didn't have a champion and we had a remake, and we had troll bands. And
It was the one they wanted to pick, right?
what?
Was one of the bands someone they wanted to pick?
No,
Oh,
no. This
okay.
is
Oh,
a much
okay.
more interesting.
Okay, go ahead.
So, I think it managed to happen like twice. And so the first time, they spelled out like F something, right? Like we just did like kind of troll band. So the second time, the other team, this is a horrible anecdote, I'm talking awfully, but what ended up happening was one team said, they like cursed, and then the other team spelled out the name of the team they were playing, and it was just like the most awful moment of all time.
That's horrible. Pretty funny.
It would have been funny if I had told it right.
5 out of 7. A perfect anecdote.
Thank you, friend.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness!
Wait.
Yeah, no, this makes
What?
sense.
What? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Jungle Fiora? That makes sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
What?
It makes no sense.
Kaiser Zed makes sense.
That's what I thought you were referring to.
But Jungle Fiora
That's...
is what? The Legend playing Lissandra and Middle disagreed on Vel'Koz again. That's okay. But what?
Interesting.
What can we expect out of Jungle Fiora? Her ganks are meh. Her clear is meh. Her scaling is meh. Why would you play that champion?
Maybe he just likes Fiora. Maybe he wants to win.
Shyvana is open.
Maybe he's spelling something out. Maybe it's a message. Let's think. K.
KSA.
Maybe he's a...
Part of the Korean Student Association.
It's possible. So I don't know where we got the A. It's KSF. I think. Fiora spelled
You
with an F.
would know. Oh, yeah, why did I say A? Oh, Korean Student Federation.
Alright. You heard it here first, folks.
Sariel is part of the Korean Student Federation. There we go.
I heard North Korea just launched a
Yes,
satellite or something.
but apparently it was confirmed this morning that was a imaging satellite. Yesterday, because we knew it was a rocket, and the press said, but like quotation marks around satellite, rocket, or image. But that's kind of weird because now they have the capacity for, long-range missiles carrying certain payloads.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Mm-hmm. And Serial's trying to give us a sign. He's trying to warn us of the potential of the Koreans.
All right, there are certain situations in which you could try to piece together a joke, but no, this is just we're done with this. We're moving on.
Okay, can we talk about the picks?
We're moving on. We can talk. I mean, we've been trying to, but this Fiora certainly at least confused one of our
head scratcher.
It is.
And there's I like the Lissandra in that it lets you play this kind of pseudo engage, and it's actually very similar to the Kindred.
But not to the Mundo.
Yeah, it's squishy. It will die if you focus it.
And the Legends only play tanks so far, really.
That's true. And there is CC chain potential from Season's Greeters with the Cocoon into the knockup.
Yeah, and I want to say with Fiora, the front line actually from Ed Sheeran's Fanclub version 2.0, it's not that impressive.
No, and I think what we're going to need to see from them is really good flank Lissandra initiates, where she kind of creates that zone and keeps people from jumping onto the squishies. But with a Zed and a Malphite and an Elise, that might just happen anyway. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it's strange. I'd almost expect the Lissandra to go mid too in this situation.
Yeah, because it's a perfect counter pick to Zed.
Yeah. I do know Kaiser loves playing Zed, though. By far one of his most comfortable champions.
Yep, we made the mistake of not banning that one game, and we got destroyed.
Yeah, so, I mean, we'll just have to see, I guess, how Ed Sheeran's Fanclubs deal with it.
Did we see Zed bans before?
No.
I'm surprised that it took him this long to go onto it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they might have expected it to be counterpicked now. Because sides have swapped.
That's true.
The first 2 games, mid lane had the counterpick. So now, with the counterpick in their favor, the Season's Greeters say, you know what? Our backs are against the wall. Captain, it's time to go Zed.
Yeah, I buy that. And I think it's a lot of comfort picks for Season's Greeters, which I think is smart.
Yeah. Yep, see if they're going to be comfortable, relaxed, and, take a game to push us to a farther series. Otherwise, Ed Sheeran's Fanclub, they are primed and in position to end this 3-0. So we are loading onto the Summoner's Rift. Take a look at these 2 teams. Pretty sweet skins. Not connected, that's a new one.
I haven't seen that one before. It's a skin for which champion?
All of them? Is it a new universal? Oh, there we go. Ooh, double project. Mecha too. That's like kind of a project skin. But triple project. We're so close to a full team.
Would you give the nod to, in terms of skins?
Oh, Dragon Trainer Stana. That seals the deal.
Okay.
I give it to Ed Sheeran's Fanclub without a doubt. Because have you seen the skin? We've seen it before in the series. It is so cute. This is dragons are by far my favorite real animal.
Is that before or after weird tentacle monsters?
Okay, the thing is, weird tentacle monsters don't exist. Dragons do.
Oh.
So yeah, dragons by far my favorite animal.
Yeah.
And he's so cute. His name is Wriggle because of Wriggle's lantern.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that? She even talks to him in her.
Which I don't have the skin.
We're just gonna hover over Lyral, and I hope that he does some taunts with Wriggle because he's just oh man.
Good game.
First damage.
30 seconds.
So do you think that's enough to close it out?
Yeah, I think that's it. We're going to game 4. Wrap it up, guys. Game 4.
Maybe not. Actually, I think she's regenning.
Oh.
She might make it back to full.
Yeah, before definitely. Also with Doran's Blade, she hits the Krug a couple of times.
So are you telling me, Seamus, that Shuriken was essentially meaningless? Is that what you're trying to say?
Essentially, yes. Boosting his damage stats by like 70 damage, also yes. So, what's the cost of boosting your damage? In this case, priceless, because it didn't have a price.
That's true.
MasterCard new sponsor of the UVa LCS confirmed? Maybe?
I think so.
I could always use more credit cards. Just kidding.
I have to wonder if they're like targeting shopping.
It does, because you go to college and you accrue a lot of debt with student loans, and you go out and buy a bunch of beer on your parents' credit cards. I think it'll be okay. Okay, so we see Serial getting the Krugs with a pretty easy take.
Is Tristana at full health? Can you confirm?
Tristana is indeed at full health.
All right.
So there we go. That early Shuriken essentially meaningless when we have standard lanes all around.
I would have really liked to have seen lane swap.
Really?
In one of the games in the series. I think that would have been so cool.
It's interesting because the Nautilus was taken after Braum, right? This rotation. Was Braum first?
Braum was first pick.
Which did they predict a Lucian Braum lane and stole that away from him? I don't know. That's curious.
I don't know. I mean, like both these lanes are fine. It's not like they need us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, swapping for turret pressure is useful too. That's why we see in professional play a lot.
Yeah. I don't know.
One day.
Someday.
We've got legit sponsors. We've got students talking about contracts. Soon.
Oh yeah, I remember.
The $100 plus dollar contract.
Plus dollar contract.
Yeah.
Someday.
Also poaching. What else are we talking about? There's potential poaching. There's also, so I might need to make potential poaching laws, and there's also immigration and foreign restriction laws too.
Yep.
We're getting legit, man.
Yeah. You know you're legit when you have the problems of the actual LCS.
Exactly. Some polls pushed in by this Lissandra. You know that's generally the melee versus range matchup.
That's tough.
Isn't very easy for solo melee solo laner.
So maybe you're right. Maybe a swap would have been appropriate.
Maybe.
Now, we haven't seen Season's Greeters have to play from behind very much at all.
No, not really.
Do you expect... How much... What should I say? How much weight do you put on the early Elise pressure towards like them ultimately? Do you think it's important?
I think it is. Especially because I don't think York can do much to answer.
Yeah, you can see that their bot line is there.
Ooh, the Legend is pushing up here. He has the call. He has the vision too. Is the going to land? Botox is actually really, really low.
You're at the top lane too, so there's
No control landing. Yeah. Didn't seem like anything actually happened there.
Nope.
Archon and Wild Squirrel both flash those smash.
Wait.
3.
Did he flash?
What?
Did Nautilus flash?
No, he didn't. Flash is emote.
Yeah, well,
You don't want to confuse. Ooh, guys are going in.
Good harass.
Oh, Legend, he's Elise is coming as well. That's going to be the Thunderlord's Malphite proc. Curious.
What part of that is curious?
Thunderlord's Malphite?
Oh! Curious.
Oh boy, the Legend flashing away, and it looks like the cocoon will not matter. But that is a summoner burned. Early jungle pressure from the Elise coming out pretty strong.
Here's actually an interaction that I hadn't thought about with that last pick.
Yeah.
When you have a jungler like Yura, who doesn't have like a whole lot of hard CC, you can keep throwing your shadows forward. You don't have to worry so much about keeping it in reserve to like, go backwards to like, get away from a gank. So, and especially with a Vel'Koz who's like squishy and is going to worry about that.
And you can take those shadows too.
Yeah.
Like we saw.
As long as you have your flash up, you can play really aggressively.
Yeah, and even without flash, what's the greatest card control? I guess is the E from Vel'Koz. Because all that's yours.
There's a little bit of
supplies slow.
Yeah. Essentially, you just have to worry about them like sticking at a 2v1.
Right. We'll see though. Kaiser does push back.
CS relatively even.
Yeah, so far. You know, this is just ending, or starting, I should say, very similar to other games. Slight advantages in certain lanes, but nothing game-breaking at the moment.
Nope. Not at all. Alright, let's see if the cannons go. Oh, trade cannons. Good for them.
Argon spots. Well, so actually starting to get a little bit of a lead.
In terms of CS, yeah.
Yeah, 2 waves at this point. 12 minions. Oh, Botox is doomed. Zariel is not. Can he get the outplay? The Cocoon is gonna get the stun. Nice outplay from Zariel, but he's 3v1. Gets taken down for the first blood in the Season's Greeters again. They are the first to get first blood.
Yep, and I don't think that Fanclub has gotten first blood yet.
No, they haven't. But it seems as if they don't really need it.
That's true. Honestly, like a really good outplay by Fiora there. Except for the point where like she was isolated.
Yeah,
I don't know. She's
backed off. Yeah. Even with the outplay, as if your early game is simply so squishy.
Yep. Yeah. Mechanically sound, but maybe not necessarily.
Nope. And wow, that was a lot of damage. I almost feel like Lyra could have. Zach, I don't think he has it. You would have heard it. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it in my head.
Okay.
So the only person falling without the level 3 master emote is unfortunately not this. Even though he's played it a ton,
You should have it by now.
You don't get it that fast. It takes like 40 games.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's unfair.
No, how is it unfair?
Just an advantage for playing. Like, it's not even like
it doesn't
skill-based.
actually do anything.
It tilts your opponent.
No, it doesn't. I laugh every time my opponent does it. I do it myself, yeah. Oh boy, but Tom Coles isn't laughing. That's a lot of damage from Legend going to the Turbine, but the turnaround unstoppable force. Oh my god, Tom Coles just absolutely destroyed the Legend.
Yeah. That Thunderlord's proc.
You better believe it.
I think that was the difference. It made that last turret shot kill him before he could return damage to use his proper.
Good lord. That's not 2 kills over to the season's greeters. 1,500 gold. Oh, you're so gone. Why didn't he ult?
What was that?
He had it ult up and flash.
Why did he?
He got greedy for the kill. Yeah. Kaiser certainly could have gotten a 1 for 0 there, I think.
What's the cooldown on Zed's ult anyway?
A minute at this point? No, 100 seconds.
It would have been
108
back up.
seconds. No, he had his ultimate available, but the thing was, he wanted to get the kill without using ults. Right.
Yeah, well,
really, really greedy.
That just seems silly.
Yeah, they're very greedy, but I mean, that's what happened. For now, though,
And he didn't
Botox.
flash either.
Nope. Botox looking for something. They don't know he's here just yet, do they? The Cocoon is going to land Archon B. Might need a jump. Might need a flash. He uses both. Is he going to go down, though? Yes, he does. And now they're diving onto Lyro. The Nautilus ultimate will knock Lyro 6 up. But it looks like they're just going to have the 1 kill, and it is 1 to 4. Season's greeters. We've seen this time and time again. They will always get the early lead. But the question is, what will they do with it?
Yep. They got to be able to transfer this lane dominance into pressure elsewhere on the map. So we'll see. You are counter jungling, which is interesting. Looks like there's a collapse on her from Zed.
Maybe.
And of course, Zed's ult is still up because he tactically saved
what
that.
was that shadow? Oh, the flash. He's going to go in. The Repulse is going to get a nice knock. He's going to be able to get a kill, though. Oh, maybe. Botox? Okay.
Oh. Wow.
Wow.
That was geometry.
That was crazy. Like, the riposte was really good there to block the Zed ultimate.
Yeah.
And then the
pretty
turnaround out to
telegraphed.
Kaiser. It was, but, you know, it was unlikely that Kaiser was going to wait there. And then Kaiser almost died to Middledrift Ganunu.
Yeah. With the Q?
Yeah, like...
That would have been crazy. He wasn't even aiming for the Q on Kaiser.
Yeah.
He was just trying to hit Botox and it managed to hit Kaiser
yeah, I
as
was
well.
But you know what else is crazy? Look at Lucian's items.
Do you think that's on purpose?
I think so. He has 2 guns. Makes sense that he's... no, I think it's just a very strong power spike. His Q scales even stronger and stronger as it levels up off of attack damage, and he is a caster-based champion. You know, it's probably going to build into an Infinity Edge and Essence Reaper, so...
Okay. I can live with that. I remember in our previous game, our support for the 3rd place game bought 2 Aegises, which was not on purpose.
Did he build one into the Locket and one into...
No, we just sold one because it's bad to have both.
Okay, well...
Unless you have them 2 from people who share the buff.
Yeah.
And even then, that's still kind of
Late.
questionable.
Yeah. You don't actually share the buff.
Not anymore. You used to.
Do you really? I thought it was
used
a
to get-
unique buff.
Well, yeah, but you don't. I don't. You can get it from another person.
I'm not sure if that's the case, and Lyral 6 is taking a lot of damage.
Alright. I might be wrong.
Well, no, you might be right.
90% of my
I'm not sure.
item knowledge is from like halfway through season 1.
I was even playing back in season 1.
Yeah,
so.
I could tell you a lot about like Heart of Gold.
Force of Nature.
Force of Nature. I still call Spirit
Spirit
Visage
is Force of Nature.
Force of Nature.
That's funny. Oh boy, Middledrift Ganunu taking a ton of damage! Holy shit, this Elise is huge!
Yeah. And Zed gets the kill.
What?
I wonder if that was intentional handoff.
Oh my god. Did you expect that?
That amount of damage? Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz is not a champion. Vel'Koz is as quick as champ.
Yeah.
And when you face check a bush like that,
I don't know about Zed though, and I don't know about Trist. It looks like Kaiser does, however, and Botox gets another kill on a killing spree, and the season's greeters, they do not want this to be a 3F.
yeah, and I think, now we just gotta see, right? 3 games they have been ahead by substantial gold leads.
That being said, this is the farthest they've been ahead this early in the game.
That's true. But they have to be able to close it out. And there is a decent amount of wave clear.
Oh, the flash ultimate onto Tom Coles. He has his flash, but does not have his ult. It's going to be the ultimate used by Sariel. Can he get all of the marks? He doesn't even need it. There we go. Grand challenge just to heal up for good measure. And a response by the members of Ed Sheeran's 2.0 fan club. And they might even get this turret, which would actually put the gold pretty back, close to even.
It'll be about
1,500 2K? Yeah. It'll be close. But still, easy creators. We certainly also have a composition of very good snowballs.
Yep.
Dead, Elise, even Lucian. Oh. They
but
power so hard.
It's an early game.
That's true.
So if we see this one go to 50 minutes, it might not be so great for them.
Yeah, especially against Tristana.
Yeah, scales up pretty good.
Alright, sometimes your sarcasm, you know, I don't know if all the viewers can do.
Oh. She scales well. Very, very well.
Yep, you know who I doesn't scale well? Dead Dog Puzzles. We saw another kill picked up by these creators and they're looking to push this mid lane. That's what I'm saying. I think this is the first competition we've seen from these creators that's really snowball heavy.
Yes. I agree.
And you know what? It doesn't really matter if you're not great at team fighting if you just kill the enemy one by one and get all these picks.
That's exactly what they're doing.
That is exactly what they're doing. Botox on a rampage. As they pick up another kill now, the legend going down.
Yeah. And like you said, their first team comp was a little more early game focused than their second team comp. But this one is just
Archon, actually, they're going to turn on to Kaiser. Oh, that's a lot of damage from the Vel'Koz. It's going to be enough to pick up a kill, though. Botox now gets 2 procs from the Braum passive and the slow onto Barcode Guardian. However, with no follow-up, the ultimate from the not disengage. That depth charge knocking 2 members up means that it's unlikely we'll see anything else unless Kaiser gets really greedy.
not about it.
Not about it. He certainly did, but the Youmuu's active. Enough. Still. Those greeters, you know, I don't want to get too excited for them just because of how we've seen the last 2 games progress, but they're still looks like even after 2 really sad losses, especially with in the past they lost that other game.
Yeah.
They certainly haven't given up hope yet.
That's good. It's really easy to go on tilt after 2 losses like that,
And getting
especially after the
expected.
first game. Yeah, and the expected. And it looks like they're still ahead. I mean, I think this is the problem.
Oh my god. That was awkward. And Ron's throw might go down for this though. I think he's still dead. Yeah, he's dead. Not really sure
I mean,
if
the
that
bomb
was
wasn't going to kill him.
No.
The flash.
Yeah. However, it looks like the Super Creators, knowing their ADC has died, are going to be able to go for this dragon. They aren't taking it very quickly and are taking a decent amount of damage. However, it's not going to be the turnaround in time as Elise gets that dragon kill. Now we'll have to see what Ed Sheeran's Fanclub does with this power play. The thing is, because they were pushed in against by the Super Creators, they can't really get much.
Yeah. I'm interested. I think this game should probably have split push
Yeah.
on both sides. The Zed for
Really?
You don't think Zed versus Fiora?
Fiora? Maybe.
I mean, that's my thought.
No, I think that's like likely what we'll see. Both champions are really good splitting, but I think at the current stage of the game, like Zed is just much stronger.
And Fiora?
Even with the challenging fight. Yeah. I mean, it's an outplay, right? But the thing is, Fiora doesn't do anything from range, whereas Zed does have decent amount of range. So, I mean, we might... I don't think they should match up Fiora into Zed.
But they might have to, right? Zed splits to Zed.
Well, if that's the case, you should try and fight somewhere else. Archon V gets popped by them. Mark actually gets picked up by Archer's Guardian, but he forces the flash away from mid or Dusko Nuno as well. And this is one thing they cannot let happen is Zed. But Lissandra coming around, gotta be able to pick up the goal. Kaiser is in big trouble now as he takes the shadow away and will somehow survive this. That was dangerous though. Very nice come around by the legend, looking to try and get both of them there.
Yeah, and that's something we're gonna need to see a lot more of. Is
Yeah. Modest Girl using the culling there, but really only to clear out the wave. Almost 18 minutes in. It's about a 4,000 gold lead, so I was wondering if the Season's greeters are going to be able to snowball super hard. Not really. Yeah, it's kind of like a. No, this is a manageable lead.
Yeah, it seems like it's. I'm not sure why they keep mid lane against the Vel'Koz.
Yeah.
I think they would try to kind of rotate around a little bit.
I agree.
Pick up some of the extra gold.
Yeah, Kaiser looking for something. Oh, he's gonna go really, really deep. But the thing is, he has no flash, doesn't even have ult, and wow.
That's really aggressive.
Tilt much? So far beyond aggressive. I don't even know how to describe it other than just foolish.
I guess he thought he had to pick on Kassan, but he didn't for a while.
He had to pick up the sound that without having any cooldown. No major cooldown. Nope. Flash away from Barker. Guardian is helping. Nice hook there, and the riposte is going to be late. Excellent. The Unstoppable Force is going to get the shutdown, and Archon B caught under the turret. That is going to be the double kill to Tom FYA Coles, the top laner for the season's greeters. So they, get back up to that point where they were as far as goal lead is concerned. But they cannot make those kinds of mistakes again.
And that was a really heads-up play by the Nautilus, because he essentially just hooked in with like 20% on himself with the knowledge that it was an outplay.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he's dead.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're just flashing towards your opponent. Not exactly what you do. And okay, wait, just
Exhaust, ignite. The manliest Nautilus summoners.
It's a good 1v1.
Oh yeah.
Spells.
Dueling God. So we'll see now. Speaking of dueling, Zed is a particularly strong champion as far as dueling is concerned, and we do see him split pushing this bottom wave.
Yep, and I think this is what they need to do, because I think it's hard to say, but I think that Sheeran Fanclub has the better team fight.
Maybe.
In terms of champions, it's kind of debatable, but in terms of what we've seen today,
in terms of
the players and how they play out the team fights,
that's definitely true.
I think spreading the map is something that's
Viral jumping away. It doesn't look like we will see the death mark as Kaiser was not in range. That's one thing that the Sheeran's Fanclub does have to consider. Is the fact that we've seen Kaiser go for engages onto Trist even if it's unlikely. So they know he might play Trist,
Yeah.
If they send a lot of members here and keep Kaiser cornered, he can maybe pick up a few kills. Although Zariel is pretty far away from his team. He's going to pop the Grand Challenge. Nice shadow there from Kaiser. Might just run down the clock. Or is he going to go for this ult? He is going to ult into Riposte. Is going to prevent any real damage. And the ultimate from Archon is going to get a lot of slows down. That's going to be a stunned Barcode Guardian. That's going to be a dead Barcode Guardian. And in the mid lane, the greeters can pick up nothing.
That's what happens when you find
The legend gets cold, does he? Yes, he does. What was that?
I was just going to say pushing into Vel'Koz, Lissandra is kind of hard because there's a lot of weight there, but when Lissandra it's not Lissandra.
Yeah, the legend used his ultimate available, or that was available earlier in the fight, I think. Kaiser now in big trouble as Sariel is still looking for him. I think Sariel was flat level last season, but can we just talk about how good he's been for this team as far as the series is concerned?
Yeah.
Like his performances have been not just like consistent, but like amazing. Look at the scores of his team. Not only is he hasn't have a good score, but he also has a ton of farm on Fiora, a jungler not really known for farming well.
Yeah, and it seems like he does play these Devourer junglers. That's something. You build Devourer on Kindred.
Like Kindred, yeah, but not a Fiora. That's definitely worse.
Oh. Never mind.
But he does favor carry junglers.
I guess that's fair.
In all three games, attack damage based.
Yeah, I wonder if that's something that they could potentially exploit. Then this goes to a game 4.
Maybe taking a, armor dependent or like an armor heavy champion. Well, they have Malphite. They have Malphite, but
I don't know.
Oh, the cocoon lands, but Lyral very nice there. He buffered the jump while he got cocoon, which means the animation of the jump still processes. Nice little
interaction.
Yeah, that's definitely a way we see top level players outplay people very, very often with that.
With the jump.
Or like other abilities too. Wada Squirrel 1v1 Saria, but there's no way you can win this 1v1. Wada Squirrel, what in the world are you doing? Looks like they might want to advance him here as Barcode Guardian Botox are coming around, but that's a double kill to Sario. Now Botox is in a 1v3. He will get the shutdown, however, and can rappel to safety. So he does get one play off of very nice release mechanics. However, the members of Ed Sheeran's fan club are grouping for this turret. Archon V is taking turret aggro. The turret will get destroyed, and that was overall a 2-for-1 in favor of in favor of the fan club, and they also pick up the middle outer turret.
Yep, and you see that gold lead kind of starting to shrink, which is something that we've seen in the last 3 games.
Which they do it every time.
Yeah, as soon as the laning phase ends and people start to keep up, the fan club does a much better job that mid game.
Oh, blue buff resetting. A little bit off of there. Archon.
They'll get it.
One day. It reminds me a little bit of, Jesse Pinkman in Breaking Bad, where he's like, he can't keep getting away with it. Have you never seen that stuff before?
3.5 seasons. Is that happen later?
It does. You remember how, Jesse likes Wolf for a while?
Yeah, they're chill.
Yeah. They have no chill at the end of the series. Spoiler alert. Or, kind of. But then he's, really sad, and there's this meme. And then the meme basically is saying, oh boy, Dario getting Cocoon does not have time to
Oh my
recross.
goodness. He exploded. What did they use for that?
In your professional opinion, what is the diagnosis? Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Zach, late September. And you have a lot of degrees and a lot of career paths.
Yep. There's not a lot of money in Spider Doctor.
Really?
You get paid mostly in
Spider-Man.
The currency that most places accept.
I mean, I don't know where you've been hanging out, but where I go, dead bugs, in Frogland, I hang out with a lot of frogs.
Do you? Have you ever met Tom Kench
I don't know. Tom Kench? No, man.
He's a catfish. He looks kind of like a frog.
He's part catfish, part frog.
Is he?
Yeah, writers have actually said he's catfish, right?
He is.
But the thing is, his tongue is like a frog. That's not a...
He seems like a frog.
He's part. Oh, Kaiser, he's gonna flash away, but still gets ulted. There is no outplay for you if you are stun locked for 5 seconds in a row. That is exactly what happened.
Agreed.
Are grouping up in this mid lane. They were trying to take the turret down. They don't have their AD carry here. He's actually in the bot lane, and Rotten Squirrel uses pulling barely hit Spiral though. However, the turnaround, Ed Sheeran's fan club wants to fight this. They haven't taken the turret just yet. The flash from Barcode Guardian, and Botox is slowed. Can Nitto just continue to follow up with anything else? Spiderling will block the Q from Braum, and the slow actually doesn't hit Botox either. Whoa, boy. Goodbye, Barcode Guardian. Wild Squirrel, meanwhile, has gotten the kill onto mid or Disco Nunu, and it looks like he's going to get shut down. Ed Sheeran's fan club are turning this fight around as Zyro has his red buff to get another kill.
Yep.
And Zach, they can't keep getting away with it. A 26-minute ace means this is going to be the Baron in favor of Ed Sheeran's fan club unless Kaiser comes up big.
Yeah, I really don't see him away with the smite there. But we'll see. And I think that whole play, it kind of started with the Zed getting picked, and Season Leaders feeling like they needed to get something off of the back.
Yeah.
That Sheeran fan club was looking for resources top.
Yeah.
And they just kind of overpushed.
That pretty much brings the gold almost dead bang even. And
plus, they have Marin, which is useful.
When we said late game, their team fights are better.
We weren't sure. I think it is.
Oh, I agree.
Okay.
I think in certain situations, like pure late game, 6 items for Tristana. Lissandra is semi-tanky. Braum is very tanky.
Yep.
And you got a lot of peel. But not only like their team fighting as far as comp-wise, but also just in general.
Yeah, it's a very damage-heavy team, right? Because Fiora can carry a fight, Tristana can carry a fight, Vel'Koz can carry a fight.
Yes. The ironic thing is, even without any heals, Grand Challenge has so much healing anyway, that if Fiora doesn't go down in these fights, oh boy.
Yeah, I think Season Speeders need to look for some sort of pick or something. You just can't focus the priority targets because there's just too many.
Yeah. So, what now? Season's Breeders, they're back. they're up in gold, but I feel like their backs are against the wall again.
Yeah, and it's a momentum thing. It's like a tempo thing as well.
Yeah.
And it's also, of course, that voice in the back.
Ooh, Sariel gonna get caught here. Again, cannot get the repost off the time. Does get it and is trying to get away, but the Zed ultimate will be enough. The shutdown is given to Barcode Guardian, but they're turning this. This is a 4v5. The Legend's gonna get a huge ultimate onto himself, and Wild Squirrel gets taken low, but the Unstoppable Force is perfect for the Season's Greeters, and they get a shutdown, and it looks like a 4-for-0, just crushing the team that just aced them with the Baron buff up.
This eerily similar to what happened last minute.
Yeah.
They got Baron, and then they just lost the team fight and didn't get anything out of it. Now, interestingly enough, Season's Greeters are in a position to push, which they weren't last time.
No.
They weren't able to really get anything off of that to wipe the Baron up. But Vel'Koz has enough wave clear and is healthy enough that they really can't push anything.
Yeah.
He's like, one skill away from
Pretty much, just press one button, boom, pentakill. It's pretty interesting. We've seen both Zed and VR caught out a couple of times by crowd control, no less. And I feel like that shouldn't have happened, you know? Like, what do you think? Is it just pure mistakes, maybe nerves?
I mean, if you look at the bottom red side of the Ed Sheeran jungle.
Oh, yeah.
Look at those wards.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just littered with wards. They have so much vision there, and that's not something you necessarily expect.
Well, that's what you're saying, though. It prepares for a pick.
Yeah, and that's what they needed.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they were going to win a 5-on-5 team fight, especially not with the other team there.
Yep.
So, Season's Greeters are ahead again. By that 5k gold, they've kind of been ahead for the
Yeah.
entire game.
Now by like a significant margin. They never lost the lead, technically.
Right, we would have seen it flash up on our screen. But we'll see if they, they still need to take that next step. The step that they haven't taken at any point in any of their games.
Can they close this out?
Can they even break into the base? Because that's, they haven't taken down an
You're right, yeah.
And I think a lot of teams, they can take it from that.
Yeah.
They can close from that point.
That's a good
just
point.
breaking into the base is the hardest part.
The ironic thing is, as far as team comp is concerned, they do not have a good teaching comp.
Right.
But it looks like they're going to go for splitting it. That's usually what we've recommended to them. Still, it's hard to do against the players from the Vel'Koz. And Lyril and Sariel will take these turrets down so fast.
Yeah. Bad off of that.
He gets dry.
Just maybe slow him down.
Maybe. It looks like that's what he's going to do, but the turret is still taking aggression from Lyril. Archon is going to ult, and it looks like now they're going to change the targets onto Tom FYA Coles, and that grand challenge is going to be completed as a kill and a turret were taken in favor. And the Season's Greeters. Oh my god, Squirrel, what are you doing? Goodbye. What do you think, late September? The T word? Maybe Botox now. Caught by the legend. Mitter Disco Nuno is coming in. His slow isn't going to land, but meanwhile, Ed Sheeran's fan club are just going to be working on this inhibitor turret. 31 minutes in, and their inhibitors are exposed with 2 members of the Season's Greeters down. There's no way for them to protect this inhib. And Kydra's looking to get the kill onto Lyril. Lyril flashes away. Kydra flashes to follow. The stun hasn't procced just yet. Lyril is still alive. Does he get taken down? Yes, he does. And Kydra barely makes it out, eking out a kill and getting out alive there. Sariel flashing away. Botox flashes to try and pick it up there. Might be able to get in range with the repel. The flash from Nautilus really not effective. But still, even with a few members going down, Ed Sheeran's fan club managed to breach and take down the inhibitor.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
That's definitely huge. It's a lot of pressure top.
Yeah.
I think, as far as losing an inhib, it's much better to lose the top inhib than at this point in the game.
Sure.
You can still kind of push that out and be around Baron buff.
Oh, Mitter just getting into Micah caught here. He does get a nice knock up and gets flashed on. Very nice. Wild Squirrel certainly living up to his name of being wild and flashing for that kill.
Yeah, that's honestly like a really big thing. He's the rate. Here's what's keeping them from breaking that outside.
Yep.
He's dead for another 34 seconds. Now, they don't have any waves that are pushing.
Nope. Spot lane is going to slow push, but it's going to be very, very slow. If I'm mistaken.
It might be. You're right.
Yeah, but that's
not going to push too quickly.
Yeah.
And of course, top lane's pushing towards them, and will be for the next 5 minutes.
So they're able to pick up a kill, but Season Creator's not really able to, again, like you said, crack that inhibitor wall. Because the inhibitor wall is certainly not only hard one to crack in general, but also it's like a mental wall.
For them, at this
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
They haven't gotten there yet.
Right.
And I think even if they get there now, having an inhibitor expose themselves, it's not going to feel the same. They're not going to
Really?
feel ahead, I don't think.
Okay.
And maybe they won't be able to make the confident plays that they need to do to close out the game. Because I don't think that the Season's Creators can win this by just playing reactively. Like, they have to be proactive. They have to
Yeah.
look for the picks.
Yeah. They've done a decent job so far picking up a few straight kills here or there.
Yeah, but they haven't really been able to get any confidence.
Right, that's the issue. So they sent Kaiser into the bot lane. So long as he doesn't die for free now, I almost feel like they could maybe push mid lane. Because Vel'Koz, Archon V might get caught here.
Wow.
He's going to take a lot of damage here. Does get hooked backwards, but a ton of return damage onto Barcode Guardian. And it looked like it was a pick, and they're still trying to make it one, but Kaiser, you are not really going to be able to get much there.
Yeah, I think that might have been the least damage I've ever seen done by a turtle.
And
Like,
really
200
unlucky.
health.
They thought they had Archon, but he's just so tanky at this point.
Yeah, and Vel'Koz's damage is just unreal.
Which is crazy because he's 1-5 and 3. You
Yeah.
wouldn't expect this Vel'Koz to be so big, but that
Wow, I didn't
passive,
see
man.
that. Yeah, the passive and the Lennon.
Yeah.
I'm saying that right.
Beyond. Yeah.
I always get it wrong. I also call Crystal Scepter like Rallias. Is that right?
Twilights. At least you're good at memes. Zario's gonna go on to Zed, and Zed doesn't have his ultimate. Remember, Red Buff! Wow, man. Wait, that wasn't Red Buff. What was that?
I think it was. Oh. Must have been
Yes, Fire Touch? Okay, interesting. That Fire Touch pretty well. Strong? Yeah, it's actually pretty strong. But Zed losing that duel. Kaiser, wait, Kaiser had his ultimate available.
It wasn't on a tower.
It was. Sorry to know.
Maybe he was prepared for the post. But of course, that's better than.
There's a lot of people that die.
Yeah. Do you ever like not flash and die and then think you're something? Flash is never gonna be more valuable than like.
Really? There are actually times when I'm like, oh, I'm dead, and I can flash and survive.
And you don't.
Yeah, I'd rather die. Because then it's like,
Depending on what champion you're playing.
especially as like an 80 carry main, like, oftentimes, like, if I get caught out 1v1 and die, you know, just play safe. Well, like,
But you need it for the team.
well, let's say, you know, theoretically I'm completing an item. Yeah, exactly. But, like, I get caught out, and the assassin, I can outplay him here and live, I can outplay him and maybe get the kill. But the question is, a 5-minute cooldown, 5 minutes is a lot of game to be played. Yeah, and sometimes, you know, you'd rather die. Makes your KDA not as hypey. I'd rather win the game.
Well, like I was talking about.
No, you're right. Stylistic mismatch, I guess. Oh, Archon. As a player who sometimes plays support, he didn't get any Targon stacks off, so that kind of hurt my soul.
Game mistake.
I don't know, man. They're still behind in gold, technically.
Yeah.
Technically.
You wouldn't think it from the way the game is panning out.
No, and not from what we've seen this series. I think it's just the fact that Sheeran's Fanclub is so comfortable. Behind, ahead, they know how to outplay these creators, and they haven't played flawlessly by any means.
I'm not sure what that prediction was.
But I still feel like they know they can win this game if they play properly.
Who does? Spears?
Fanclub.
I mean,
I think that Season's greeters are way more nervous right now.
oh for sure. Everything's on the line for them.
Right. This is it. And they haven't been able to close out from this position before. That's like asking, like being a kid with like performance anxiety and asking to go onto the talent show in front of 500 kids in elementary school in 5th grade with Mrs. Roberts laughing at you the entire time because you're a terrible singer. Thanks, Mrs. Rob. Alright, anyway, sorry. That was just a personal experience.
I could tell that probably a friend of yours, maybe,
Yeah, a friend of mine.
or like.
Yeah, I had a lot of friends in 5th grade. It was a friend of mine. Oh, Lyra is going to get engaged on it, gets jumped away, but he has a QSS, so he's going to be A-okay, kind of, if you consider yourself a 2 HP to be okay.
Kaiser keeps going in on these like 1v3s. And that's how it kind of worked out.
Yeah, it almost is.
But
He's working on Sterak's Rage, too. He has, or Sterak's Gage, excuse me. He has Jarum's Fist, but not completed just yet.
okay. Did you see that new assassin item?
Oh, yeah, the
really strong.
Damage over time item.
Wait.
Oh, wait, it's a Zed pop. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Archon V, is he gonna go pop? Does not go down just yet. The Legend gets Cocoon though. Gonna be able to zone himself. He does have ultimate available, doesn't use it. No, he tries to claw away. Isn't able to do so though, and that's now a 60-second power play for the Season's Greeters. However, Sariel has started split pushing, and Vel'Koz is still up, which means the wave clear is still alive.
Yeah, they should get an outer here. I don't see them rotating quick enough to stop them.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Maybe.
I think we're good.
Both Elise and Malphite are headed towards Sariel to try and stop this. The blue team has destroyed another turret. That's now the 5th turret of the game, and Dragon is available, so that's one nice thing as we see 3 Dragons taken. Sariel not in a 1v2. Can he completely outplay the members of Season's Greeters? Does he matter? The Grand Challenge coming out. He's doing so much true damage. The heal is going to come out. The Sterak's Gauge is going to keep him huge. And that is a 2v1 outplay by Sariel. Actually, Botox, no! I was getting ahead of myself. Very nice shutdown. Still, a 2 versus 1, and Sariel almost turns it around. They know they have to go for big plays here, and they are going to start this Baron up. However, with teleport home cards available from the Legend, this could be very, very risky.
Yeah, one thing to note, Vel'Koz ult is down, so the fact that they're all in the pit.
Oh man, Barcode Guardian gonna go in. Lyro hasn't taken any damage so far, gets 1 kill. Can he find any more? Meanwhile, Legend has been working on the inhib this entire time. Water Squirrel, Kaiser, and Botox are still alive with the Baron buff. However, what are they gonna do with it? They're gonna try and go into Water Squirrel, gonna flash, but still gets taken down. And it looks like the remaining members of the Season's Greeters are simply gonna be scooped up. Kaiser manages to get the recall off, but Botox was not as lucky.
Wow.
Does a lot of return damage, but it's not going to be enough. Now, Legend 1v1ing Kaiser. The Legend does have Zonias available. Is he going to do it? Flash away first. Doesn't use his Zonias and just tries to go back. Ooh, interesting there. We did see the Kaiser take that shadow back. However, again, Baron is only on 1 member now and inhib down. Means that that's probably in favor of the Sheeran fan club.
Yeah, I'd agree with that assessment. I think Baron buff is really important for Season's Greeters to be able to push into the Lissandra and the Vel'Koz.
Yeah.
But with the top inhibitor down, it's questionable as to whether they're going to get anything.
And it's only on 1 member.
Like, either on 1 member.
Yeah, but...
I mean, it'd be great to be able to split Zed.
Exactly, yeah.
And then have it somewhere else.
And this is also first Dragon buff after 40 minutes. Sheeran's Fanclub versus 2.0. That's a very significant buff. 6% damage to all forms of damage at this point in the game.
Yep. It's big.
And they're getting closer and closer to that 6-item threshold for all their champions. So we said they'd be winning the late game anyway. You know, I just feel like Season's Greeters are still playing on a timer, and this is literally the most, I guess, latest timer you could possibly get. Like the 11th hour and the 59th minute and the 59th second.
The longer this game goes on, the smaller the chances of Season's Greeters winning.
Yeah, they need a miracle to win this game and come back in the series.
Yeah. I guess the one nice thing is their damage is a little spread out. I guess when I first looked at the team, I was like Zed, Lucian, AD,
Yeah.
Focus.
Yeah.
But between the Nautilus and
Elise
Malphite
has
and
shown
the Elise,
so much damage.
Yeah, there's a decent spread, but I don't think they win another 5v5 team fight at any point in the game. So it's just going to be about finding picks and transitioning that.
Speaking of picks,
Yeah, we'll see.
Kaiser versus Sariel. I think a late game Fiora is favored in this situation. Sariel's still chasing, although they do see the pings coming out there, so he's going to back off. Is he going to get caught here, though? That's the big question. The rest
I think it's important that
rest of the Sheeran fan club isn't here just yet. The dodge away is not going to be enough. Sariel is going to riposte, but it's going to be too late. However, he's going to go on to Kaiser. Kaiser takes a lot of damage. QSS is the grand challenge, and that's going to be perfect for the Season's Greeters as they pick up the Legend as well. So here we go. Vel'Koz doing a lot of damage. Water Squirrel is going to go. Vel'Koz is caught out. That's a double kill so far for Water Squirrel. And Lyro's now trying to kite for dear life. Zed has been slain too, so let's just Lyro against the world. The QSS, the minions, the minions, the minions. The minions are not going to be enough, and the 2 remaining members of the spot lane from Sheeran's fan club are running away. Meanwhile, Botox has been working on this turret the entire time, and he will take that down. There's still 35 seconds before anyone respawns, so we might actually see this inhibitor line cracked by the Season's Greeters.
Yeah, I think we're going to see one inhibitor go down here. It'll just be up to Tristana and Braum to decide which one they want to defend.
Looks like they're actually going to split up. Braum in the top lane, Tristana in the bottom lane. That being said, though, this bottom lane, Tristana better be careful. Oh my god, Lyral 6 going in. Can he pick up the kill? He does, and that is going to be the reset. He can surely kill Barcode Guardian now. Red buff and blue buff. I know Nautilus is tanky, but minions aren't going to be enough at this point in late September. That is a dominating 10-3 and 3 Tristana.
Okay. Zach, you are wrong.
You're right. I was in fact wrong, but interesting. I think splitting up was smart though, and I think they split correctly.
Yeah.
Because I think if they had decided to do together, this is
oh my god, Lyral 6 feeling confident enough to flash forward, I think, or not flash forward, jump forward. I think he actually misclicked and hit a minion there instead of auto-attacking the Zed. Unless he was out of range, in which case, never mind. Although with fire cannons, he probably had the range. Anyway, all 5 members of the Sheeran fan club now grouped up in 20 seconds before 2 members of the Season's Greeters survive. So the Season's Greeters are in a very bad spot right now. There is an inhibitor clear of the top lane, so a super minion wave will start to grow there. And the Legend, he's just going to try and end the game here. The Botox does land the cocoon, and the Legend instantly gets slain. Botox trying to do as much damage as he can, and he's actually very, very powerful. So, a terrible misstep on that dive, and the Botox going ham! Zonia's popped by mid or Disco Nunu. Can they pick up the kill here? He flashed away. The unstoppable force, the Zed ultimate. This could be the turnaround the Greeters have been looking for all series. A double kill so far for the Zed. They're looking for more. The hook is going to land. Flyro's going to flash away from it, and Wilder Squirrel have flashed in. No, they can't get any farther, but the thing is, these death timers are huge. We're 45 minutes into the game. Maybe, just maybe, the Season's Greeters can end it here and now.
Yep, and there's a minion wave mid lane. So they should be able to get at least 2 inhibitors here, I think. But the last time I said that they got 0. So I have...
Well, Zach might be bad at math, but he is here in this game casting with me, so shoutouts to you, Zach. Wild Scroll takes a lot of damage, the hook is going to land, but however, it's a 2v5 at right now, and Lyral doesn't do any damage to the front line of Tom FYA calls. He is forced to hop away, and like you said, 2 inhibs down. Now they have 4 seconds remaining, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get anything else, but 2 inhibs.
Look at the top inhibitor.
Oh yeah, top inhibitor has been taken very, very low. Super minions are on it. They're recalling as fast as they possibly can, but late September, it's not going to be fast enough. The Season's Greeters lose their top inhib in favor of 2 inhibs traded in the bottom middle lane for the Ed Sheeran fan club, and that has made this game even more interesting because now I feel like a team fight for either side could just end it.
Yeah, honestly, that was the fight that Season's Greeters needed.
Yeah.
To be able to kill Lysandra before she gets to use her... I guess she used her ult, but she didn't use her Zonias. So she didn't get one of her vulnerabilities.
No, I don't think she used either. I think she went in. I think she went in and got straight cocooned. That's
what they need.
Yeah, that's the risky run too.
They can't afford to wait 4 seconds.
Right. Well,
so then I guess the question is, you know, is that 2 inhibitor pressure going to be enough for them to make something out of it?
Well, they're going for this Baron. However, it is risky because all 5 members are available. The Legend gets cocooned again!
Oh my goodness!
Zariel taken very low as well. Another great catch onto the top laner with the turnaround damage from Vel'Koz. Kaiser is on a killing spree, and the Season's Greeters have picked up 3 for 0. They have super minions, 2 inhibs down, and finally, it looked like all the odds were against them, but it looks like finally the Season's Greeters will be putting this series to a 4th game with their first victory after about 47 minutes, unless we see a godlike play from Lyral and Archon. I don't think this is gonna be enough.
Yeah, I'm hoping that there is...
Yeah, see ya. That's going to be the shutdown. That's going to be the ace. And that is going to be it. Season's Greeters win game number 3. And we are going to game number 4 in this best of 5 series.
Wow. That was hype. I really didn't think they were going to pull it out. But they've won 2 or 3 team fights in a row when they needed.